Why did our taxes go up so much? We were told the referendum was going to bring it up for an average household about $400, I think. And mine went up like $900.
People seem to appreciate me going over to the Twitter to bring the press office antics and shenanigans. So let's start off with this. This was Gavin Newsom saying goodbye and enjoy your weekend. It says, "Happy Friday, Patriots. Enjoy your weekend." Yes, I do realize that this is Saturday, but this is when I got to it. My bad. Now, before I go to the next picture, please steady yourself. I am giving you a trigger warning. If you are drinking anything or eating anything, please push it to the side. I'm only saying that to keep you safe. Hold, please. These people are so freaking petty. They says, as previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Stephen Miller's California residency. He is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. GCN. So here is a picture of Stephen Miller. I'm totally sure this is recent. Please take the screenshot, use it somewhere. Let's check out some of Donald Trump's live social posts. This is the first thing I see when I open up his page, the Department of War and their new symbol, I guess. This is the second thing I see, "Make America Great" in really bold letters. Here he is getting on his plane and waving. The next thing I see from this morning is this AI generated picture. He is squatting. So we know that this is AI generated because we know that he can't get down that low and he's not this slender. But this is what he posted. "I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War." And then it says "Shypocalypse now." That is what the President of the United States is posting. Keep in mind that Fox Entertainment News keeps going after Gavin Newsom in the press office, telling them to chill out and, worry about business and all of that. But this is what Donald Trump is posting. I had to go to the live social page first because Gavin Newsom had reposted that saying, "The President of the United States is deploying the military onto U.S. streets and using our troops like political pawns. Do not allow yourself to become numb to this." I do believe that Donald Trump, to distract from the Epstein files, the economy that's tanking and all of that, I think he needs to start some sort of civil war. That's what happened when he bombed Iran. That's what happened. That's probably the reason why he unalived 11 people on a boat and then claimed that they were drug smugglers. They do anything for distraction. So just watch out for these distractions. It's going to keep happening. This dude has only been in office for 7 or 8 months. MAGA Mike Johnson posts these pictures to his page saying, "The grand opening of the new Rose Garden Club at the White House last night was epic. Thanks to the real Donald Trump for his hospitality and visionary leadership. This definitely looks expensive. I'm totally sure, though, that the poor MAGA and Medicaid MAGA and, vets and all of these people, they couldn't use this money for food and medicine or anything." Gavin Newsom reposts that and says, "Our economy is in a downward spiral, but don't worry. The GOP are spending their time cheersing Diet Cokes at their new exclusive club." And he puts club in quotation marks. This definitely looks expensive. I wonder how poor MAGA are feeling as they look at these pictures. The U.S. Homeland Security News posts this picture of Donald Trump saying wartime president, but then Gavin Newsom posted this quote saying, "My proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker." Donald Trump, January 2025. That was this year. It seems like so much has happened this year. It has been a very long 4 years in the first 7 months of his presidency. Now I'm about to get just a little bit pettier. Please forgive me. You know what? That's just who I am. I'm not even going to ask for forgiveness. His vag neck just bothers the hell out of me. And the fact that his nose is so discolored, even in a black and white photo, you could tell that this is just a rotting nose. This man is 88% dead, but they keep showing pictures just to prove that he's alive. But this dude is 88% dead. This is breaking from Fox Entertainment News because they don't really want to report on other things that are going on in the United States. So they are reporting on him renaming the Department of Defense the Department of War. This is the hard-hitting news that their people need to see. Just let's go. This is where they go to get the hard-hitting stuff. Gavin Newsom says next he will announce HBO changed its name to HBO Max. The real important stuff. This is from the White House. It says, breaking, the Department of Defense, now the Department of War. President Donald J. Trump just signed an executive order restoring the name of the Department of War. I really feel like this dude is dying. I feel like that because they keep posting his picture and all of this stuff all over the place. I think that he's trying to cement his legacy, even though historically he is going to go down as a terrible president for all of the destruction that he's done. But I feel like he's feeling his mortality right now. So that's the reason why they're putting his pictures all over everything. Gavin Newsom says to that, nothing to see here, folks. Totally normal stuff. Here is the fuller picture. You cannot tell me that this is normal. This is not normal. Akash made a comment, well, that didn't last long, to this quote saying, I'm not going to start wars, I'm going to stop wars. He said that last November. Obviously, he's a liar, and he's going to continue to do all of this wartime stuff. The press office of Gavin Newsom also reposted what Speaker MAGA Mike Johnson said, saying, after ripping healthcare from 17 million Americans and slashing food stamps for kids, we're glad that Mike Marie Antoinette Johnson and his boyfriends had time to toast the grand opening of the Predator Patio. So that is what he said, Mike Marie Antoinette Johnson. This is the pinned comment for the press office saying, breaking, Trump White House admits the Trump tariffs, trademark, make things cost more money for Americans. Here is an Axios headline that says, White House opens door to lower tariffs on some food and pharma products because everything is expensive. That is what his people are telling him. Finally, maybe he's getting some of the Dear Don letters. Maybe he's getting some of them. Maybe he got this comment from Sharon. She says, please, President Trump, work on Social Security. No president has ever cared enough for seniors, disabled, and the poor. Anyone that is wealthy will never collect Social Security, so why bother to fix it? Politicians cut and cheat Social Security and Medicare with no thought about the most vulnerable people they are hurting. Want to be remembered as a great president? Do something no other president has. Fix Social Security. Help the forgotten ones. So maybe he got this. Maybe he got that and was like, you know what? Let's lower these tariffs. That is probably what happened. So this is from the press office as well. It says, well done, Rick Grinnell. Please keep giving Trump advice on how to run things. And then they share this screenshot from an article. This is actually pretty sad because these people practice and they prepare. And now, because of what they've done to the Kennedy Center, a lot of people will not see these performances. All right, it says, although most of the Kennedy Center's 2025-26 dance programming was contractually locked in before President Trump took over leadership of the center in February, Washington audiences are voting with their feet to skip out. Ticket sales are so poor, the Stuttgart Ballet will be performing for an opera house between 4 and 19% full when the German company comes to Washington early next month. Body Traffic, the LA troupe, booked for the smaller Eisenhower Theater October 12th and 30th, is at 12% capacity. How long did these people prepare and create these this artistic display, these performances, just to have nobody show up because of Donald Trump taking over the Kennedy Center? Man, this was kind of a Debbie Downer. I need to find some pettiness before I close this out. Let me go back and find some other tweets or something because, yeah, that kind of sucks. And my bad, we can't end this like this. So this video is supposed to be a mocking video, and I cannot let it end like that. So I went over to the White House's TikTok, and I grabbed some of the comments. I don't even care what the video is about. But here we have Christina booing him. We have this person saying, I'm literally the worst president of all time. Like I said, we can't end it like that. So here you go. Oh, so this video was about the Department of War. It's now called the Department of War. And whoever made the decision to put out a TikTok page for the White House, I appreciate them, even though they deserve to be fired because all they do is get trolled all day. But Obsidian Win says, it's a classic case of doublespeak. If you remember doublespeak from 1984. Doublespeak, wordplay that defines reality in place of facts, like Orwell's miniseries. Here too, the Ministry of Defense becomes ironically known as the Department of War. The name hasn't changed legally, but the perception shift is underway. Next, they will call it the Ministry of Peace, with the same doublespeak. Caroline Levitt really does look like that Korean lady, that North Korean lady. Yeah, the North Korean lady that is pushing out propaganda. That's what she looks like in this screenshot. I caught it at the exact right time. So this person says right here, clots and prayers. DKNY says the crime wave is coming from inside the White House. This person responds with Cankle Barrel, just in case you need that, Cankle Barrel. Swamp Fox says, thank you. So maybe that's a MAGA person. But Mary Lou says, Trump is the worst president since Trump. I agree. Here, I'm pretty sure that you need this to boo somebody and throw some tomatoes. The one with Meryl Streep hollering, boo. There you go. You're welcome. And I'm totally sure you need this picture for some reason. Now, the next picture that is coming will be completely shocking, but you need it for something. So that is just your trigger warning for the next picture. It's a bigger picture saying clots and prayers. You're welcome. I know that this is disturbing, but you're welcome. All right, y'all. We had to end it with some extra pettiness. So I had to clear out some of that negative news. But I will tell you, though, I do use these posts as a way to kind of weave in actual things because the press office is really good about posting actual news. They just do it in a witty and petty way. And I appreciate that as a petty person because I, too, am petty with a purpose. But we can't end like that. All right, y'all. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about all of this. I'm aiming to get 85,000 subscribers over on YouTube. Please go ahead and follow me over there.